Instead of celebrating the 115th Annie Malone's May Day parade, organizers say God had another plan, one of service.
St. Louis is hurting right now. No one was prepared for this.
From toilet paper to canned goods, each bag packed is meeting an urgent need of those hit hard by Friday night's EF3 tornado.
It's all a community thing.
What's typically a day of celebration with crowds lining the streets for one of the oldest African American parades in the country has now turned into a day of giving back. Annie Malone, CEO.
Storm victims as more storms approach. This as a curfew remains in place in the disaster zones. As more storms are expected, city leaders warning people must have a plan in place. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski is live out.
Have been working non-stop to get debris to the curbs and save as many of their belongings as they can before these storms roll in.
Gail Davis was in her bedroom watching the news when the storms came through Friday afternoon.
I looked and I said all this debris mixing, and I said, oh, we really in it.
She saw the tornado.
And I was so scared.
The tornado opened up the roof over the very bedroom she was just sitting in.
And I came upstairs and I couldn't get out. And so, because everything was covered, the front door, I couldn't get. Out the house. And so the police was running up and down the street, so they came to rescue me.
Her sister, Antoinette Thurkill, says she's so thankful for the St. Louis police officers who saved her sister.
Got out their cars, ran in full gear. Got my sister, this whole thing was on her. Got her out, hollered on the bullhorn. Anybody trapped, they ran up and down the street. They took the wood that was in the middle of the street, broke it in half, and got 2 old ladies out of their houses.
That debris is still all over the streets, and people like Jeff Bailey, owner of Econotree, have been working non-stop on a volunteer basis to help people like Gail, a grandma to one of his friends.
I was helping them just shovel, shingles and bricks and stuff off the sidewalk because the water can build up.
As far as trees around the city, Bailey is concerned the additional storms could wreak more havoc.
So I'll tell people, look up, like wherever you're at, look up. If you see a piece of a tree that is not still attached to its own original tree, don't stand under it, don't put anything under it, don't park under it because it will still fall.
For those with roofs missing like Gail, Mayor Kara Spencer says they've had truckloads of tarps delivered to city donation sites.
We're asking you, instead of just trying to tarp the building, pull your belongings to the center, use the tarps to try to protect your belongings.
The St. Louis Fire Department finished searching all of the affected buildings and says the area is still very dangerous.
If you have a neighbor that you think is in a house that is questionable, try and convince them to move in with you while the weather's coming.
It's very important to charge your phones, as Jim and the fire chief just said. Actually, the fire department just had a public charging station delivered to House 26 tonight, so it should be available tomorrow before these storms come. That is at Margaret and Taylor Avenues, so anyone can come there to use this charging station, and they're actually getting more of those charging stations to other firehouses in the disaster zone, and they hope to have some of the more of those in place tomorrow. They'll let everyone know when they are. Reporting live downtown, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.